welcome back. So I've been doing a bunch of resource grinding and farming and stuff, and I've been messing around with trying to make the castle feel more lived in and alive, while also, you know, run down and old as if a vampire hasn't taken care of this in a long time. And one of the ways I've been doing that is by messing around with plants. So you can see here, before this was just a study in the middle of the room and it looked pretty boring. But now I've kind of added some of these garden workbenches and some of these growing plots with just different flowers and you know, the vases and stuff, or vases, whatever you pronounce that word, to make this kind of look more decorative, I guess. This kind of comes from the stuff I did with Enshrouded, where it, like, putting plants around really helps make the place look just more alive, I guess. Over here, I did the same thing, where these tables, having them in the corner here, makes these doors look more like windows, and it gives it like a very gothic library feel. At least I feel it does anyways. So while I was grinding, I have basically unlocked everything in here except for the iron slashers and like 3 more structure things. But as you can see, I've got an absolute ton of scrolls. So we're gonna unlock all the rest of the stuff right now. So we'll get the, what is that? Prison walls. What was that? Flying candle stands, the iron slashers, and cordial wall panels. So actually nothing I was really hoping for, to be totally honest. But while I've been messing around, I've also been able to get us a couple of new servants. And the first one is Domina. If you watched Gargoyles when you were younger, you will know the name very well. So she doesn't have the greatest stats, but I picked it up anyways because when we go in here, I think she was level 33 blood, which doesn't translate to good expertise, unfortunately. So she gets 10% max health, damage, hunt proficiency, and only 5% looting. But the cool thing is, she has the Ruins of Mortium Hunter and this humble appearance, which when we send her to the Ruins of Mortium encampments, if it needs like a level like 700, it drops it by 100. So she's been able to get us an absolute ton of Stygian shards, as well as scrolls and a bunch of other stuff. So this guy is super interesting because he is again, like level 30 paladin who was a skull to us. I think he's like a level 74-ish character. And I kind of caught him while he was fighting something else. So I figured, what the hell, let's get a high level paladin walking around our base who looks like an absolute badass. And I think that's cool just to have walking around personally. So another area that I've been messing around with the decorations is in our alchemy lab. Now, I'm kind of not sold on this. It's a bit crammed now, which I kind of like just because it's a lab. It should be, you know, unorganized and stuff. So what I've done here is I've put some stone carpet down next to like the regular carpet. And then I put the outside benches here with a bunch of plots underneath this. Now you can basically put growing plots anywhere, which makes this super cool because it kind of gives like this flower box type thing, but it's just clipping through stuff. So, and I don't care about clipping. It doesn't matter to me. Just like back here, this one kind of sucked. It didn't grow in a very good spot. But like over here, I've put a plant back there, some vines in the walls, as if like these things are like leaking and it's growing up the wall, whatever. And then over here, kind of the same thing. Because these are like vermin nests, it's really cool to have like mushrooms and flowers and vines growing and kind of make this look more visually interesting. Same with the pillars. Like, I think this is a cool area. I'm not too sold on the flowers in the center here, but I think this has turned out really cool. And then the only other place that I've kind of been messing with is around our teleporter. Again, you can put these growing plots pretty much under anything, and it lets you put flowers like clipping through the cement here. So like you kind of get this like ivy looking like growth around this, which I think makes this look super, super cool. This plant is a little bit too far out, but that's okay. This is going to move anyways, because as I've said before, I don't really know how I want to fix this entrance, and I don't like it. This 3x3 here is ugly, and I don't know what to do with it, but I think I've actually figured out exactly how I want to tear this thing apart and rebuild it and make it look super cool. But the problem is we need radium alloy in order to level up our castle heart, which means we are starting today by heading into the Gloomrot area. So if you aren't familiar with the Gloomrot area, this was like kind of the first DLC that ReDesign came out with, and everything is kind of electric and mutated, if that makes sense. All these like pools are like mutated radiation stuff, and there's actual like mutated rats and mutants and all kinds of stuff. What I'm gonna do though, before we go fight the engineer, I'm pretty sure there is a boss right in here somewhere. The railgunners are super cool, so with these brutes, which I need to capture a brute. I kind of want to get one person from like every area eventually, just because they get bonuses for like doing hunts in their own areas. So Domina the Blade Dancer is, I don't really know how you describe her, but she looks kind of cool. Welcome, but she does like this crazy electric stuff. And I'm pretty sure she has like robotic spider legs as well. Are you gonna attack me or what are you doing? I need you to come into this shade. I can't fight you in the sunlight. Thank you. So the other thing is, now we're kind of under geared and we're not gonna get much gear for a little while. Oh no. She's kind of like a demonic Harley Quinn in a sense. She's jumping around like crazy.
Stings. Let's go for a spin.
Oh no. I don't like bosses that do that kind of stuff. It's always hard to outrun.
You're all mine.
Okay, so
push you to the edge.
Oh my. So the cool thing about this DLC is everything is like Tesla coils and electricity and stuff, which I find super interesting. The one thing they haven't added yet though, I don't think, there's no like Frankenstein monster. Like there's mutants and stuff, but I haven't seen anything Frankenstein related, which is kind of a shame. There we go. That was actually a bit more intense than I really wanted it to be.
What was the safe word?
So Domina's gonna give us the advanced grinder as well as the ability to do teleporters inside of our base, which I think is gonna be super useful as we get kind of like higher levels, like built. But I'm gonna try now. We need to go over to the Transcendium Machine Factory. So one thing, this area is absolutely crawling with enemies, and this is gonna take a few minutes to get through here. So I'm gonna just work my way through, and I guess I'll see you guys kind of when I get into around the boss. All that way, and we only got one radium alloy, so I think I'm at 3 now. I got a couple from some other drops we got in the ruins of Mortium area, but our enemy is right here. So I'm gonna pop our blood. I kind of need it. We're not under geared now, but we're not like over geared like we were. So I don't know if this guy's a rat or what he is. He looks like a rat with he even sounds like a rat with a jetpack and a flamethrower. And a Tesla coil.
Now this is fun.
No. Ow. Oh, I'm like standing right in the. Okay. Let's get some health. Oh, the crazy rat's flying. All right, there we go.
Can't outrun this.
Wait, did you have a shotgun just then?
This is the part where you run.
Yeah, okay. This guy's got quite the weapon thing here. All right, land, you stupid rat.
Damn it! Going down.
Nope. The charge on his guns when he lands is it's hard to anticipate. Yeah, I think we're okay as long as I don't get hit.
I know exactly what I need.
Oh, come on. There's no way.
Inconclusive.
Woo. Yeah, the bosses now, they've got up a little bit here. Okay, so the stupid is that a rat? I don't know if it's a rat or if it's like something just wearing a weird helmet. I don't know. Anyways, this gives us the fabricator as well as sludge-filled canisters and radium alloy, which I don't remember how we make this stuff. So we're gonna head home and figure it out. So radium alloy takes 45 tech scrap, 3 sulfur, and 1 sludge-filled canister, which I don't actually know how to make. We've unlocked it now, but I don't exactly know where to go to make it. So we're gonna have to farm a bunch of stuff. We've got some tech scrap. I got like around 300, so it's not hard to farm that, but we're gonna need a ton more, and we're gonna need quite a bit of radium alloy. So the first thing we're gonna need to do is we need 12 for our castle heart, and then we're not really gonna get much for upgrades the next little while because we unlocked the Dawnthorn Regalia stuff here, and then we don't really get a lot in the way of weapons or armor stuff. We get silk up here. We're gonna get where was it? Some clocks. We get clocks, and then we're gonna get the anvil here, as well as dark steel. But we don't actually get the ability to like research anything new for upgrades until at least after Sir Magnus in the level 70 area. So what we're gonna need to do is build the Ancestral Forge that we unlocked last episode, which also takes 8 radium alloy. And then we're gonna need to upgrade some weapons into the heirloom stuff, or whatever these are called, the whatever. But they also take 8 radium alloy. And that's kind of the next step we're gonna have to do. I did also find this cool cloak. I took off the cosmetic stuff because I think this looks like a really cool set. And this cloak kind of has like the fur on the top, which I think looks awesome. It's the same as same stats as everything else, but I think it looks cooler. It's also really cool having this guy walk around, except for he needs a better name. Carlton is just not a name for a paladin. We need to change that. So I think the fabricator is where we're gonna get the sludge-filled canisters from. It does take 200 scrap, and you're kind of in the way there, guy. There we go. It takes a lot of our scraps. We're gonna have to go farm for a lot of that. But I think, yeah, okay, so it is here. So this takes glass, mutant grease, and an iron agate to make 1 sludge-filled canister. What is this? EMP, silver coins, gold sun, copper coins. Speaking of copper coins, I am broke. We actually went last episode, I talked about like the gold stuff. I've spent it all. And I've spent it all on flowers, to be totally honest. When I was trying to do some decorating stuff, I went ahead and I spent all of it on seeds. So I have quite a bit of mutant grease, actually. We have 120 of it, so I'm gonna get quite a few of these canisters built. I've got lots of glass, I've got a decent amount of iron. We should be good there. However, I am gonna need more tech scrap. We're at 92, and I'm going to need several hundred. So let's go farming. The best part about farming out here is there's always stuff just laying everywhere because the mutants and like the locals constantly fight. It's like, it's almost worse than the Ruins of Mortium area. There's so much stuff happening out here constantly. Not that I really want this in my castle, but I really wish there was more of like this kind of decoration stuff that we could put in our castles. What is this though? Is this like a mutated mushroom person thing? Like what? I don't know what the hell that is, but it's kind of gross. So at the moment, we kind of have enough of the canisters being created, but in this Pools of Radiance area, you get a ton of mutant grease and canisters and stuff. And there is actually a boss wandering around in here that I think we're gonna take on now. So a lot of the early level Gloomrot stuff are, I mean, they're early level. And then you go into like the, oh my God, we're gonna die. You go into like the forest area, and then you come back here for like the end game crazy scientist bosses and stuff. Which the bosses in this area I think are super cool, especially like a little bit farther on. Early on, they're kind of basic. The Harley Quinn chick is pretty cool. So this is not the best time to fight this guy, but there's no other enemies around here, so we might as well try to take him out when we have a chance. There's just not a lot of cover from the sun, but this is kind of the closest to like Frankenstein-ish military guy we're gonna get in the game. I'm still surprised we don't have a Frankenstein enemy. The sun is gonna kill me before he is. Maybe not. Oh, where do I go? Where do I go? Oh yeah, we're dead. We're dead. We're so dead. I need to heal.
Exterminate the pests.
Oh no. Alright, let's retreat. Let's heal real quick. This guy's kind of by a bunch of stuff. But let's see if we can do this now. He's in a decent enough spot. We have some cover, hopefully. I don't know. The hard part of this guy is he just like shoots a bunch of stuff and reflects all your magic and stuff back at you. So he's really hard to hit. We're in a really crappy spot.
Die, 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 die.
You kind of have to like get in while you can. We're in a bad spot. This was not a good spot to take this guy, and that's not good.
Raining death.
Can you come like over here where there's more room? That'd be great. That didn't reach.
Everything burns. Die, 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 die.
I need your shield to go away, man.
I am invincible. Purge it all.
Now, this guy's got so many different like spell things. Oh, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Can I get to that health that's over there? Oh, I got the bones, not the health. That's really annoying. Come on, pick it up.
Infestation.
That almost sucks. Wait, now there's mutants? Do they help me?
Armoring up. Destroy.
Okay, he's almost down. I think. There we go. There we go. There we go. No! Ooh, we had 30, we had 24, 17. We had 17 health left. That's way too close for comfort. So in this northern area, you can find these like nodes for tech scraps, but you have to be careful because there is lightning pretty much everywhere. Then there's also these like lightning protector dudes that are crazy high level. And they're attacking me now. Great. Let's not have that happen. Look at that thing. And then you got lightning happening everywhere, which just makes the ground light on fire. I think I can get in here. I think you can take the guy out of them too, if I remember correctly. I don't really know how that works. I don't remember.
I must make room if I want to carry that.
I am very badly out of inventory though. Hey, he's actually not that hard to kill. I don't know why, but I feel like killing the lightning protector is probably a bad thing when there's lightning everywhere. We get a bunch of batteries though, which I don't really know what I need batteries for yet.
There's no space in my inventory.
Ow! And those things blow up, by the way. So not a bad haul overall for our first, quick trip up into the Gloomrot area. We got just under 1,000 of the tech scrap. I've got 40 of these sludge-filled canisters created from our fabricator here, and I've got 446 more grease. So I'm just gonna toss this all in here. We might also just use this all and get as many of these as we can. I'm gonna toss all this stuff in here. We've only got 150 sulfur, which actually is more than enough. I guess we'll just put all of it in here and make it all. Insert. Oh, let's do that. And then, yeah, we'll kind of go from here. I'll let this run for a bit. We'll get as much radium alloy as we can. And then, I guess we'll start crafting and upgrading stuff. I'm probably gonna take a nap. It's late. I'm gonna send our guys out for the night, so that way when I wake up tomorrow, we'll be able to collect all the resources from our people that are out, and then we'll finish some building. And with the new day, we can finally get building. But first, I have a little bit of an issue. So I sent our people out overnight while I was asleep, whatever, right? And because of the new like change in time for them being out, we're getting a lot more materials than we used to. And the reason for it is because we didn't realize that was a thing when I started the server. So we're actually getting like 2 times, I think it's 2 times the amount of materials because we cranked it up initially, right? That was one of the first settings I cranked up. So I sent Domina out last night and she came back with like almost 1,000 tech scrap, which is fun. We just have a lot of materials of the things we're farming, which is great. I don't have to go farm it now. And it's not a big deal. But we did also get 71 radium alloy from this crafting, and we still have 23 containers and like 100 sulfur. So we have more than enough radium alloy now, which is great because we're going to use a lot of it, starting with our upgrade here, which is primal blood essence. So by upgrading our castle heart, we now can do 360 floors and 7 coffins. The next level is going to require dark silver ingots and power cores, which we do not have access to yet. We also have the ability to dominate a mount now, but I don't know how much we're going to use horses. We'll get one for sure that we get this cool vampire horse saddle, but like we don't have a stable. I don't know if I'm going to build one. We'll see. I don't really know about that, but we can also build this ancestral forge, which kind of leads me into the next thing we're going to do. But I guess let's just put this, where can I put this for now? We're gonna put it right here so I can see what we can do with it. So in here we can insert a shattered weapon and an ancestor. Wait, just a shattered weapon, is that all it takes? So if I take one of these, let's do sword. It's gonna need greater blood essence. So we toss this in here. Does it work? Apparently that's all it takes. So we can upgrade this to level 23 and 26. It's going to give us different modifiers, I think. And then we also get this secondary ability, which is going to inflict ignite, which I'm kind of thinking we're going to start changing some of our abilities now. We're already using Chaos Volley, and I have been using the Veil of Chaos. But I'm changing our Chaos Barrage, our special, as well, just because they all kind of have ignite. And I think it's cool to maybe get some what do you call it, synergy with our weapons. Maybe does it look cool? I mean, no. What else do we have that's kind of cool that kind of works? So we could use the whip if I made a whip, and that would give us condemn, which we're using a lot of. That sounds cool, actually. So I'm kind of hoping the whip's cool. Oh, that is actually pretty cool. What are the abilities? This one? I don't know what that did, and that's pretty cool. I like the range of it. That's I kind of like that. It's a little slow for that, but I kind of like it. So now that we have more floors to play with, I can actually start ripping this front area down and rebuilding it the way that I think is going to look super cool. It's going to be more useful and everything, but I have to move pretty much everything we have now, including our workshop, and redesign a bunch of stuff here. And that's going to require a building montage. So I know I've been talking a lot about how we have a lot of open and empty spaces in our castle that I don't really know how to fill. And then I went ahead and created another one that we also have to fill. But I do think I have a plan for this. And initially I wasn't really sure how to like decorate the interior, like the entrance to our castle. So what I have done though is we've moved this all the way to the front, so we don't have like a way to go left or right besides directly into the castle, which I'm not a huge fan of that. We could push this back by one, but I do think that looks kind of weird. But what this does is this gives us an entranceway on either side. You can't see it because the roof over there. So there's an entranceway on either side that we can use for like gardens or whatever we want out here, or more rooms if we need to, you know, put some more crafting stuff down here. We have all this space underneath here we can use that's basically empty for nothing. And then we just changed the entranceway so that we come up into here, into our teleporter. We'll fill this all in. Gives us a little bit more space to pull everything forward 1 or 2 blocks if we want, or 1 or 2 tiles if we want. Like this could all stretch out, but I don't think we want to go that way. But the other thing it does is it kind of makes the symmetry a little bit different, which I think really is cool. And then gives us this space for our workshop to be right next to our forge. And I think it fills it super, super nice. But what we're gonna do down here is we're gonna turn this into like a bit of a mausoleum. So like the castle's run down, there was like a crypt type thing here, and then they built the castle on the back of it, I guess is kind of how this would be described as, at least I think. So it should be kind of cool, but what I gotta do is we're gonna do a couple pillars here, and I think here. We'll toss, I'm kind of using a lot of this garden stuff. So where are the fences? Let's go with, I think this will work. I'm leaving these walls on the stairs open, so it's kind of that like open air, like to the outside kind of feel. And then I want to put, let's put some statues. For now, I'm just gonna go with these. They're not the best ones. I wish they were a little bit bigger. And then what I want to do is I want to kind of put a bunch of these like graves around. So we haven't really used these yet. We can use these to summon skeletons and ghosts and whatever else to get resources. We'll put them kind of here and here. I'm kind of spacing them centered to the walls, just to, you know, stretch them out a little bit. We're also gonna do, I want to put, I kind of want to make this like a, not a seating area, but like a guided path, I guess you could say. Let's push this back to there. Yeah, I like that. And then what we can do is we'll put a different coffin. So we have our coffin upstairs, which is gonna go like to the highest level of this place eventually. But for now, we're gonna put this here. We'll toss you there. Yeah, that's probably cool. If I put these down, we can kind of get like a stone walkway, which I think is super cool. Let's where do you? Maybe we won't use this all the way through, I'm not sure. But then what I'm gonna do, I wanna go through now and I wanna add, we don't have all the lighting unlocked, which kind of sucks, but I wanna start putting some different color lighting in the front. And I think we're gonna make our castle like bluish glow in the entranceway, just because I think it's more eerie. So I think I'm making some pretty good progress on how this looks. On the outside here, we have some overgrown plants and everything to kind of give this more of an eerie, overgrown castle kind of look. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the fact we're up against the hill here, but you know, we're gonna make do with what we've got. I don't want to move everything back. But inside here, everything's kind of has this like eerie kind of glow with all the blue lights. Right now they look kind of white because of the blood moon, but I think it's got a really cool vibe in here. And there's a few areas we have to work on, like obviously these little empty spots need something. They look a little too open, but we'll work on that. I am short on flowers and stuff, so I wanted to put some more decorations in here, but we're short on some resources at the moment. I also went ahead and I started putting, you know, flowers in various spots underneath the tombs, as well as playing with this gravel stuff, so it kind of gets a different look, as if, you know, this is a fresh grave or one that was dug up or whatever. And then over here, it's kind of the same thing. The two tombs, one of them is normal and one has the gravel on it. So they look a little different, as if they're, you know, something's happened between the two, right? Which I think is a really cool look. Up top here, I've been kind of messing around with just like some plants and stuff, trying to get enough seeds to fill this. I really want to put like a flower bed all the way around this edge and then put seeding and stuff around here. So I need to farm a ton of resources for that, which I haven't been able to do yet. So that's my plan between episodes. Also, we need to change the mist brazier underneath. I don't like that the smoke comes up through the floor here, so I definitely need to change that. The only problem is I don't have like a really nice blue brazier we can put down there in place of it. So for now, it's gonna stay. And then over here, we went ahead and updated our workshop, which I think came out really, really, really nice. I want to change these bookshelves for like the bigger ones once we get them, but for now it's kind of just a placeholder, just kind of separate the room so you're not looking at like the sawmills, just a, I don't know, like a room divider, I guess. And then I messed around with having these as solid walls, but I think having these gates here makes it look more, I don't want to say more gothic, but like it kind of separates it more, but also keeps it open. I know that makes no sense, but in here, the only thing we have left to get is the anvil, which will probably go right here in like an L. Maybe it'll go right here in this corner, actually. Maybe that'll fill this in a bit better. I don't know. And then we have to change our furnaces for the bigger ones once we get them, but that's not a today thing. In here, you probably noticed throughout the episode that I also finished our prison area. So I've added like the seating area, kind of like for the guard captain type thing, place for them to sit, which next to the blood presses, I think is kind of cool. It's like a, I don't want to say like a torture area, but it kind of has that like vibe, you know? The only thing about this game is like this green light from here is definitely leaking through the walls in some spots, which is kind of weird, but like on the table, you can really see it, but I don't mind. We also have 2 more prison cells here, so we can get a couple more prisoners. We're sitting at a couple of warriors, which I need to change this guy probably because he's 96. We have 100 and a 99, so we don't need him anymore. And then we have a 98 rogue and an 85 worker, which we have to probably get a better one of that because 85 is kind of low actually. And then we've already seen our updated alchemist lab, which I think turned out really, really, really well. I'm actually really proud of this, and I think this looks really awesome. I think it's our best room that we have so far. And then I kind of moved all of our jewel crafting stuff up here, but I don't like it. This room unfortunately can't get any bigger because we're on the edge of the hill here. So I don't know if I want to keep this stuff here, but I don't have a better place for now. So for the moment, this is our jewel crafting room, and it kind of sucks. But what I'm trying to do here is we have to start putting stairs to the next floor. Like this is as big as this floor can get. We can't go out any farther, like left and right. So we need to put stairs in here. But when we do that, this room is going to get a little bit smaller. So we're going to have to kind of figure that out. So between episodes, I'm going to mess with this. I want to see what I can do to kind of bring our next floor up. And we're probably going to make a balcony that oversees the throne room area for that. But I don't really have the full plan of that quite yet. We also have to figure out what to do with this tailoring room and then like how to extend this forward, because we have this area here that doesn't need to stay as roof anymore. So we'll work on that. But guys, I think that's what I'm going to call this episode for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed our first trip into Gloomrot. If you have any suggestions in the castle, please leave them in the comment section below. And I really appreciate the support on the last episodes. They've been going off lately. You guys have been watching them. I really, really appreciate it. Anyways, as always, I'll see you next time.